Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to part 30 of Season 2 of our Neil Robertson Pro career on Snooker 19 and part 99 of the series as a whole. So next episode we're going to hit the big 100, which I think is a massive achievement, but we'll look at that when we get there. But in today's episode we play against Mark Selby in the last 16 of the Welsh Open, of course the last home nation series event of the season. Now we've played Mark Selby 3 times before and we've got quite a favourable record against him. Funnily enough, quite late in tournaments, never as early as this, and you could tell if you stuck around until the end of the last episode just how shocked I was that we drew Mark Selby as early as this. I remember in the UK's in Season 1 drawing Ronnie, but I can't remember since then a round of 16 draw being so tricky. But as I've said, we've got a good record against him. In Season 1 in the Scottish Open, we went and beat him by 4 frames to 3. That was our first tournament win. And then in the Daffabet Masters in Season 1 as well, we beat him in the semi-final by 4 frames to 2. But unfortunately, more recently, in the final of the Shanghai Masters, in that ill-fated match where we had a glitch where the match had to be restarted, we did lose against him by 11 frames to 6. So quite a comprehensive win for SATNAV Selby. But today it's a best of 5, the first best of 5 I've played against him, because obviously it's the earliest stage in a tournament that I've ever played against Mark Selby. But we're full of belief. There's no reason why we can't beat him. We showed in the Daffabet Masters that we can beat the best by beating Trump, Mark Williams and Mark Allen to get to the title. So there's no reason we can't beat Mark Selby today. And with that belief, hopefully, we should be able to do something. But I hope you guys are all good. Apologies about a little bit of wind you might be able to hear outside. That's because of the storm Kiara or Kiara or whatever the bloody hell it's called. But I think at least that's blowing over a little bit now, pardon the pun. But anyway, here we are for a game of snooker. As I said, I hope you guys are all good. If you go on to enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like. That obviously helps massively in the long run of the series. But I am really enjoying my snooker at the moment, and I've said that in the past, but I was just like, right, I really want to record this match against Selby because it's a real challenge. This is especially at the last 16 stage, and with him doing so well, unlike real life to be fair, unlike real life where Selby is not doing too well at the moment, Mark Selby just seems to win absolutely everything in game. And we beat 2nd, 3rd and 4th, so I think this would be the kind of last challenge really this season, just to prove that although we've had a rocky season, we can still beat the best players. Now there's a red on from this Mark Selby break here, but unfortunately it's not as easy as it seems to get position on the next ball because the black is not on. But if we play this soft, to be fair, we might be able to get on the blue. So I think we just take the pot and run with it. The pink will go as well if we get the right angle, so that might be worth looking at. But I think for the moment, just play a soft shot, cover all bases, and then see what we're going to do afterwards. But we're usually pretty good at these, and as you can see, that's a good pot. Good opening pot there. So black doesn't go. Pink definitely does, though. Have a look at this red that's out the pack. The pink's going to block that, which makes it a little bit awkward. It does make it very awkward. Get to that red, can't we, though? So, yeah, if we go for that sort of angle like there, you would think if the cue ball ends up there that we should be able to go for the red. But if not, we can play a safety. So, I haven't got much problem with that. It's a no-risk positional shot in my opinion, but the pink goes absolutely fine. And get this red out of the way, that'd be great. Let's see. No, red won't go. That's a little bit of a shame. So it's just a case, really, of, I think, playing this nice and soft and getting up the table. Getting back up bulk. And that is not the worst shot in the world. Can't argue with that at all.
Got the snooker.
Neil Robertson.
Well, you could hear Folds there saying it. We got the snooker. He's got out of it. He's not going to get a pot out of it, and that is a great chance. Good red there. I mean, the one red while the black is still blocking it, so we're going to try and move this here with some force, some venom, and hopefully we do move it. Because if not, it's a bit of a risky shot to take on. But that's a good shot, as long as the red doesn't come back up the table towards the black. This has to go in. And we've been rewarded. And hopefully we should be dealt with some good position now. Go for that red. Hopefully get our first frame on the board. That would be great. Really what it's all about in every single game is getting the rhythm. But we've missed that red. And potentially the other shot that was the other pocket, the one that's close to the pocket that he's just potted the red in, would have been a better shot. And that wasn't really much of a rhythm there. We started well, got off to a decent start, but we know how lethal Mark Selby can be. So we'll have to see how he gets on here. Will he win the frame in this break? With the one visit. I hope not. But again, in such a short game, if you make 2 free mistakes, the game's over. And you could be sat in your chair for a long time. But still early days. Hopefully we've reached our mistake quota for the game. Shouldn't really have played that red, to be honest. Should have just gone with something we knew and sacrificed position a little bit. But, you know, that's the beauty of hindsight, isn't it? If we all knew, that would be great. But he's fluffed up that completely. Not got anywhere near the black as he would hope. And he just put that back up the table. And that's a good safety shot from Mark Selby. You would expect it to be a good safety shot from Mark Selby, him being the SATNAV. It is a very good safety. I think I'm just going to play this red full ball and just try and get it to sit next to the red. So it's got to be quite delicate, but equally it's got to hit the red. So you've got to play with some power. Now these can be so precise. You have to be so precise with these. And that, I'm not going to argue with too much. It's just going to be a case of the touching ball situation here, really. Just play it towards the red and away. That's nice. Blimey, the wind is picking up again here. Again, you might not be able to hear it. My microphone might have cut it out, but just a word of warning if it doesn't. Does that red go? It doesn't. No. Ooh. No, it doesn't. Always worth checking these things. Yeah, just play that one nice and soft and get it back up the table. Nice and thin. That'll do. I wouldn't say he's going to take either of those reds on close to the pocket. It's too much of a risk at this stage. He is, though. Or no, he's just going to play a safety shot, try and deflect the 2 reds away from the pocket. Well, what that's caused is a much easier chance for us. So that is a weak shot there from Mr. Selby.
He's going for it.
Just going to play this nice and hard, get the backspin, and go for the black potentially, but if not, there are, of course, 5 other colours on the table. But no, I think the black might be a decent opportunity. But then in reflection, you know, we said that before. We played a shot that I wasn't entirely comfortable with, missed, and then we all know what happened after that. So, I mean, the green's not exactly easy here, so should we just settle for the black? Play with some top, get back up the table a little bit, and hopefully go for a red. Black's there. This has gone a little bit too far, to be honest.
That's an unforced error.
Yeah, it's gone too far. Oh well.
8.
So neither player seriously getting into this so far, but I like a good scrappy frame, as long as we're on the right side of it, of course. That wasn't hard enough, but because 2 balls block each other, he might have to play a plant, but there might be some room somewhere in there. There's not. The balls are expanded even more, which potentially could give somebody more of a chance. Ooh, that red go? No, it's blocked completely. Sort of 3/4 ball, isn't it? Got to be so delicate with these safety shots, you know, 1 or 2% harder than you meant, and you could knock a red all over the place and career into loads of reds, but equally too soft and you can leave a massive opportunity if you haven't quite got into the ball cushion. But good safety from both players. And the reds are really expanded now, but it's just a case of making sure they still stay safe. And Mark Selby has, but he has left an opportunity here, which is one I'm going to try and exploit. Great pot. Position's not so great though, that's unfortunate, but we can get to the black. Not for a pot, which makes things very awkward. But we're just going to have to get this back up to bulk. Play this as wide as possible in terms of the position. I mean, because we've hit the bet. I mean, that was just a stupid shot, wasn't it, really? why I thought that was going to go up the table. It needed a lot more power than that.
Shot, but not
That was
what
just
it was
silly.
aiming for.
Again, completely misjudged that and didn't think about it. Just thought it would go like any normal shot, but of course it didn't. And that is going to give SELBY a massive chance now. What's inevitable, the player that got in with these reds was going to have a massive chance. And it looks like that player is going to be SELBY. So that was a bit silly. We should have thought about that a lot more.
Right middle pocket.
7.
Bear in mind, he's still behind in this frame till now. Just takes the lead. 6 reds left on the table, so you can go completely either way. But I would say that SELBY is the heavy favourite to go and win this frame now.
Decent position to take on a colour here.
13. 18. 19.
He's not on the black. Can he get to the blue? I think he should be able to. It's a sort of pot that can go wrong. But if you're the world number 1 and in great form, I would doubt it, but you never know. It's taken a lot of time over this. The black might be hindering position slightly, but there's the blue, and the blue's dropped. Not what we wanted to see. I hoped he'd made a mistake on the blue, but he didn't. He's played 4 blues so far, so he doesn't want to touch the black at the moment, despite it being able to go. So, fair enough, he prefers the blue. Sometimes we do.
30.
But I don't see any issue with him winning this now. He's 19 ahead. And again, he'll play the blue. He's too straight on that though, isn't he, really?
31.
So he might elect to play the black here. No, he should play in the blue. Interesting.
36.
He's done well there. But this is a tight shot. Can go wrong. Looks good to me though.
He seems
Can't argue with that.
at the moment.
And he's 26 ahead.
37.
Blue will put him 31 ahead. This red will do it, and he couldn't be better positioned for it.
Played it well.
42.
So, just the red required here.
And the red's done it. So barring snookers now, Mark SELBY takes the lead.
Beautiful.
And that black just means we won't come back to the table.
50.
It's got a lead of 39. Yeah, 39. Now a lead of 41 with 25 remaining. That's at least 3 or 4 snookers. And he's just going to play the green. And do you know what? I mean, we might as well play one shot here because you just never know what can happen sometimes. But no, if this doesn't go right, then we'll just call it a day in this frame. No, I mean, it's over the middle pocket, so don't see the point in that too much. We're going to concede the frame, and Mark SELBY takes the first frame. We need to wake up a little bit in the second frame. Had a few little mistakes there in a scrappy frame.
That's the
You know, there are some frames that, to be honest, you just can't do a lot about it. But in that one, we just didn't play well enough, and
Thank you.
the fact that those reds were fully open and the player that gave the other one a chance would not have much chance of winning the frame, ultimately we need to look back at that and improve it. But that is a pretty good break-off. Just a shame it didn't hit off the yellow, or if it certainly did, a little bit thicker, because that would have been right behind the brown, but it doesn't. So it effectively gives Mark SELBY a second break-off. And that is a good shot. And it kills off any sort of chance for a half chance here, so good shot. He should have the legs. He might choose to have a go at the red. It's the risk you're always going to take. And he's playing this very soft, and he's not going to miss that.
1.
Good shot.
This is tough.
Well, he's potted the black, and the reds are open. He's laughing. Although, it's not clean cut he's going to get another pot on a red. You would say it would be, but you just never know.
Well, he's taking it on to the left corner.
Good pot though. He's going to use the blue as his base, it seems, again.
Great queuing there.
9.
So Mark SELBY gets first blood, and he's in again first here. And if you get 2-0 down, it would need a good comeback. And in this sort of frame, if you just go and win it from here, there's not a fat lot you can do about it.
Yeah, played it well.
He did play it well. Not heard much from David Hendon, you know. Weird. Been Neil Fold providing all the comments. I mean, it's not a particularly difficult shot, this is. I'm not particularly sure what he's thinking about. I mean, for future editions of snooker games, it'd be great for the player to walk around the table and have a think what they're looking at, rather than just that screen.
28.
But it is, and that's the way it is. I mean, he shouldn't really be thinking about this shot, surely. Just be a case of tapping the red in and following through very gently for the black. Just like that.
29.
And the angle, he might be able to open the reds a little bit more now, because they are still quite strictly together. Quite neatly together. But no, he's not gone for it. Interesting.
36.
So I think that makes his job a little bit harder, I would say. And he's moved the black. I don't think he meant to do that at all. And he's moved the black. He's going to go for the black to the top pocket. And you know what? He's got it.
Yes, he'll be very pleased.
You know what the solution is to this, don't you? Just don't let him have a chance, because he seems to be potting everything in sight. Absolutely everything in sight.
45.
Whether it's vertical, horizontal, or bang on position. But we've got a break of 52 so far. I mean, again, you'd say this is a complex shot, but it just does not seem to be missing anything at all. And that is the sort of split he needs. He gets 2 reds for the price of 1 there.
54.
And I don't see any problem with him winning this frame in the 1 visit.
50.
Great break from Mark Selby. And we've got a real challenge now. And I hope we can come back here.
He's aiming to sink this into the right corner.
60.
The black will do it for me.
67.
5 reds left, and
This is a
he's not
key
going to miss
shot
this
coming
one.
here.
68.
Jeez, it is windy. It's not as bad as it was before. Early, it was terrible. Good yellow there.
7.
And he might just go for the century. Luckily, he won't be able to beat our break of 140, I don't think. Sacrifice 5 points there, another 6 there, so that's 11. So 136 is the maximum. So no, we're okay. Our 140 break isn't under threat from Mark Selby that we made in round 2.
78.
But if he gets a ton, it would be great for him, but a bit of a confidence knocker for us, it has to be said. Because we haven't really had much of a chance since that little break in the first frame. So we've got to get back into things here. Play no mistakes, snooker, take a little bit more time over our shots. And we've got to go and win 3 straight frames, or else Mark Selby is the man through to the next round. That's the thing that's very tricky about these short haul games. Short haul and long haul have different challenges, of course. But one of the big challenges is you've got to be on your game straight away. But this black, which I presume is the ball he's playing, will confirm the century. And a very good century it's been for Mark Selby.
100.
And this looks like he's just got to clear the colours, so it should just be a clearance in 1 visit, you would think. 127, be a very strong break.
105.
And to be honest, ever since he played that black up the table, he'd got that shot completely wrong in the lead up to the black for position for the black. But he just whacked it, potted the black, and from then I thought, well, it's going to take a pretty difficult shot to stop Selby here. And it's been a great black break on the pink.
14.
Plays the pink, greatly positioned for the black, as he has been all frame. This will be his 10th black and a break of 127. And Mark Selby opens a 2-frame lead in the last 16.
127. And the frame.
Fantastic break, that.
Well played to take that frame.
So, Selby gets the next shot again. I bet he must be completely knackered.
They want to ensure he keeps the pressure on his opponent.
This looks like it's going to be a bit of a weird break off. And he does, he opens up the red completely. I hope he doesn't pot one here, for goodness sake, but that is a very good chance. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. And as I said, it was a little bit of a weird shot. And of course, we're going to try and make the most of it.
It goes. Half a chance.
Missed this, though, and it could be the last shot of our game.
That's a good opening leg.
It looks like it's not going to be, unless we go in off for some stupid reason. But I think we're okay. Take that all day long.
1.
This is really tricky.
But he's given us an opportunity here to get back into the game. So I think we ought to use it.
Fabulous pot.
He'll be very happy with the position here.
6.
I would play that red on the cushion, but knowing that it's one bad shot that puts us out of the game, it just makes me a little bit more reluctant to play that sort of shot.
Nicely positioned for the black.
7.
Come back up the table, that's it, that'll do. Not a fan of those shots because there's a little bit of luck involved out bounce of the cushion. And you can't measure that, so that's why I get a little bit nervous playing some of those shots sometimes. It's a little bit more straightforward though, isn't it?
15.
I'm going to go what we're comfortable with here, go for the blue. And to be honest, we don't really need to screw back here. Get the right power on this.
Well, I'm not surprised he's taking on the long pot here.
It's a risk though, because getting this on the cushion will just lead to the one available shot.
Not what he intended.
20.
You say not what he intended, but what did I intend, Dave? It's got to go right. These are risky shots.
Tricky pot.
Depends how forgiving the pockets can be. But that's okay. Again, would have been great if the black was there just to knock in, but because of the red, it's not, unfortunately. And there ain't too much you can do about that, so we'll live with that. One bad shot though here, and it's our last, but let's not dwell on that, or else we'll just pick shots that we're not going to play. Let's just focus on the break here,
Cueing this well.
ultimately.
26.
And we're knocking the balls in confidently. Just need enough for a frame-winning break.
27.
Not all about the fancy centuries here or anything like that. Played a little bit... that was a bit of a shock to me, to be honest. I didn't expect the blue to be that much of an angle. I expected the blue to be a little bit better. But unfortunately it's not. And that gives me a little bit of an issue. This has got to go right. It's not gone right. Needs it to come off the cushion and then go up for the red, but
32.
well, this red here. But we've got a decent chance on this red here, and I think it's not necessarily a shot to nothing, but if we miss it, we don't leave that much on.
Nonetheless.
It's a great pot though, good stuff.
What a beautiful pot that is.
Well, he couldn't have played that any better. Superb positional shot.
33.
Just a case of trying to open up these reds now with a solid pot on the brown.
Lost the cue ball a tad there.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. It's a shame. So, not going to be a frame-winning break, but it should be okay to come back up the table. And that, I'm quite okay with.
Neil Robertson, 37.
He can flirt with that red on the cushion, but I don't think he will. Yeah, just played a safety on it. So we've got to win a safety battle against one of the best of them all.
He's got the cue ball in a great position.
Let's have a look. That looks good to me. Doesn't look bad to me. That'll do.
Very well judged shot there. Pace is key with
We've got the snooker.
Doesn't want to overhit it.
And he's done well to get out of that.
Well,
But unfortunately for us, it does leave us having to... Well, not having to play a shot. Actually, no, it doesn't really leave us having to play a shot, to be fair. Just going to get it back up to bulk. And that'll do. That will
That's what
certainly
he's going
do.
for, and he's played it well.
He's hit a few more there. And we got a little bit more lucky, I would say, with that. A few more opportunities now. That's more like it. And the red's there. He's still relatively tight.
Position to take on a colour here.
And black straight, so that's a little bit of luck for us there, isn't it? Got to get this onto the cushion for the red on the cushion. I think that's the best shot to play here.
Nicely onto a red.
8.
But this could be an interesting break now. Things are a little bit awkward now. Just got to follow through and hope this goes right.
That's a pretty careless foul.
Well, I didn't think about that.
Neil Robertson, 9.
I mean, that's it, folks. Oh, you idiot.
He's looking to pop this into the right.
That was just greedy. You know, we should have just... Oh, well.
Two mistakes starting to
It's not to say our farewell speech just yet. Mark Selby gives us a second chance. We've got to take it this time. Misses the red, long range. It's the first shot he's missed all day, to be honest.
1.
Basically, as it stands, I would say we can't afford to miss another shot. And what I mean by that is to miss a pot we take on. So, of course, we can play safety. I'm not saying we've got to knock every ball in we play. Of course
Very
not. But
nicely done.
7.
we've got it. Every pot we go for, we've got it. We've got to do it. Stakes are high. Placing the last 8 of the Welsh Open.
8.
A win against Mark Selby. No, can't get too much bigger than that. Just don't knock the red in, for God's sake.
15.
But there's not a route through here, so it's just this red here, really.
He's taking the red on.
Good
Oh,
pot.
that's a top quality shot.
Just a few more shots now to get over the line in this frame.
16.
Just got to keep our focus. I think we can.
He just needs this blue.
Well, you heard fouls, you just need the blue.
Problem there.
That should be it. No real way for his opponent to win the frame now.
So I'm not going to jinx things, but I don't think that
Pace is very
Mark
good.
Selby will get any snookers here. And I think that it's going to be a case that we might be able to produce a bit of a fight back here.
2.
Winning the next frame takes it down to a decider. That's where we are now. Got to win that frame though first. And he did give us a chance there.
29.
We got a little bit lucky, I would argue. But, you know, sometimes you need that luck. Sometimes you just need that bit of a wake-up call. Thinking that, oh my God, that could have been my last shot. And it just wakes you up sometimes. And sometimes you don't get the chance to be woken up
Good for a colour.
in a match. Sometimes it's just bang, 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 and you miss one shot and you haven't got a chance.
Surprises here with the long
But today we've had that fortunate chance to be woken up, and hopefully it'll be a good omen for the rest of the match.
35.
But it's important to get some queuing experience, which is what we're doing here. Getting a few pots on the board, getting comfortable, because we're going to need a few more pots in the next frame.
No real problem here.
But also telling Mark Selby that, well, we're just not taking the frame winning line. We're going to make sure that we clear the table or do as good as.
42.
Sending out a clear message to our opponent that we're not done yet.
Well, he's taking the red on. Brilliant. Simply brilliant.
Then we misjudged that a little bit, but to be honest, I'm quite happy just to get on with the next frame now.
For the snooker behind the pink.
I've said that, you know, I want to clear the table up, but again, we can get all rattled up in that. So I think it's fair to say we've got a decent advantage, and we have. So
Robertson, 43.
Here we go then for the fourth frame in this match against Selby, and hopefully it can get to 2-2 and we can force a decider.
Thank you, the fourth frame. Neil Robertson to break.
Come on, Robbo. That looks good to me. That looks good to me. It's a good break off.
Pace is key here.
And that is a very good chance to get us started with.
Poor shot. A really poor shot.
So it's just, I think, personally, a case of hit and hope here.
That's a really good split, and this is a real...
One.
This is a great chance for us now, isn't it? Just got to perfect it for goodness sake and not make a mistake. Pink's out of the equation, which does make things a little bit easier at the bottom part of the table. The black cushion, if you like. Which means it's one less obstacle to get past, ultimately.
That's a good split. He's got a real...
Trying to open up these reds even more. Bit of a bummer that the blue's off, but it's not the worst consequence of trying to whack the reds open, is it?
I think he's playing this with a lot of power.
And I do play things a bit unorthodox, I do agree.
Really impressive cueing.
But as long as the ball's going, it doesn't really matter how you play. It's how I'm comfortable with, and every player's different. That's the beauty of snooker, you know, it's the... You're using the same table, you've got to put the same balls at the same angles. Well, not the same angles as such, but you've got to pot the same balls, but everyone has such a different approach to it, which makes the game so interesting.
So, this pot's into the right corner.
Must admit, I haven't heard of the red-green break being used too much, but it seems that's what we're going for here. Pink's out of commission, obviously blue will be until we pot the next red.
Looking to play this softly.
Hendon's got it right. Needs to be soft, but not too soft, so that we don't have the legs on it to make the pot, but it's there.
13.
Need a lot of power on this shot. To bring it back. See how that one goes. And that's a good shot.
18.
Will that red go? Oh, it won't. Not such a good shot then. There are opportunities here, but there's also opportunities for failure, so I think these reds would be okay. We'll soon know. Tell you what, for a second I thought that I'd missed. But we've done okay. Blue. We like blue. Aren't many of these we miss, and it's a fairly straight shot, so fingers crossed we should be okay. And it's there.
That's a tremendous pot.
Pink being out of commission doesn't help us so much here now, I must admit.
He's looking to pop this into the left corner pocket.
Good pot. Just trying to get tied up down here with the reds. That's my only worry.
25.
And there is space to pot the pink, so I think we'll go for that. Sacrifice position a little bit, get the pink potted, and then see where we are. Good pot. And if that pulls up, we've not done too bad.
31.
And just nice and soft here. Pot, good pot.
32.
I feel it's a bit of a risk to play the black up the table, you know, but I'm going to do it.
No more than...
Hopefully this goes right. Really hope it does. Come on.
What a tremendous
Yes! Great shot.
Cue ball control there.
As you probably tell, we sacrificed position a little bit there for that. Seeing how much room there is to the cushion, because That's the sort of shot that can go wrong as well. So I'm not going to sacrifice it. I'm going to go for this red. And just hope that we're okay.
He's going for the left corner pocket.
No. Let's go with the one. Let's go with this one on the cushion. I'm not comfortable with playing this, I have to say. Come on, look at the snooker gods, be with me. Thank God.
40.
Don't like those tight shots. Black won't go, so blue it is. Really feeling the pressure now. You know, put the work in here, and if we have one bad shot, it could all go to waste. But it's not worth thinking about it like that.
And he's going for it.
Good blue. That's it.
Really impressive cueing.
Right, I think things are made a little bit easier now. Pink's back on its spot. We've got the black on its spot. You know, just a little bit
He just wants this to
less
drop
tight, and we've got a
gently.
little bit more margin for error of position.
46.
So we're not out of the woods just yet.
He's an expert long potter, and he's taking this on.
Good blue.
Wonderful shot.
You can tell I'm not talking much. That's because I'm trying to concentrate as much as possible. That's the dog barking now. Just what we needed.
This looks relatively easy.
Get in position for the pink. I mean, every ball we pot here
52.
increase the chance for decider. And I think to get a decider from where we've been, you know, we've been battered 3-0 in some games recently, and that's not been good for our confidence whatsoever. So to bring this back to 2 each and have the momentum going into a decider would be massive for our confidence. Really would.
58.
This is looking good now. Breaker 59, pink, red, pink.
59.
Should be achievable. Or red, blue, pink, whatever we do. Red, colour, pink, for argument's sake. And we should be able to force a decider.
No issues there.
That should be it. No real way for his opponent to win the frame.
You heard what they said.
65.
And then unfolds. I think that should be it for this frame, points-wise. But we just want to make it comfortable.
Position looks good for a colour.
66.
Make that sure that SELBY doesn't come back to the table. I don't think you can blame us there. Just follow through after that pink, which we have, the red on the cushion.
72.
And I think that's probably the final red we will play.
This is a challenging shot along the cushion.
Because the red and... I mean, we don't need the colour. But the red and the colour, that will certainly call it quits for me. Just trying not to get myself snookered, that's the main thing.
Well, he's taking it on.
Pink's there.
But has
There's just a simple safety on the reds. Haven't got to worry as long as we hit them. Don't concede a silly foul. And we take this from being 2-0 down and worrying about Mark SELBY battering us. And we take it to a decider. The 5th frame showdown. We've got the momentum. We've got the upper hand. And hopefully we can go and win this game. Great break there. And it's now 2 each. Come on, Robbo. It's been a while since we've done the classic comeback from 2-0 down. Let's see if we can do it here.
One frame for victory. Let's see how these players approach this frame.
Thank you. The 5th frame. Mark SELBY to break.
Well, it's quite a loose break. Not quite like ours. So let's see what the chances are, and that is a beautiful chance for an opening red. I've got to do it all over again. Black will go here. Screwback's a little bit awkward though.
Lots of power on this shot.
Don't go behind the red. It has, but blue's open. That's okay. Good chance, this. Got to take it.
Long pot, right up his street. That's one of his trademark long pots. Brilliant.
Trademark long pots. Robbo's trademark long pots. I can see a bit of a jingle there. Robbo's long pots. What did I say? Don't get distracted, for goodness sake.
7.
You see what I mean, though, don't you? That
14.
if you can get in the balls nice and quickly, the breaks just seem a lot easier. I really do. A 40 break in that, was it the second frame now? Felt like an age. And with a black, we'll have already been hot. We'd already got halfway there. Although it's fair to say that, a bit of a risk this for position. Not the best. Not ideal. And I was just trying to get that on the cushion. But we haven't done that. And I don't really think it's worth taking this red on. This needs to go right. He's on the red, isn't he? He's on the red to the middle pocket.
Robertson, 22.
He's taking this red on.
Well, he's on that red instead. Ah, it was an oversight. I've said don't give him a chance, and we've given him one. Ugh. Not the most open of chances, but have we just played our last shot? After all that hard work to get back into it, have we played our last shot?
Got nice position on the blue ball here.
6.
Gotta just keep the 5.
11.
This is really tricky.
Good pot on the blue.
Goes.
The blue? What am I on about? The red. Don't need a good positional shot here to get on the red. So it's going to be a safety here from Mark Selby. Let's hope this goes wrong.
I'm not sure what happened there, but that's a poor shot.
15. Mark Selby, 15.
And that's a good safety. Just get to the edge of this. Need to hit the brown, but not that much. Should have played it a bit thicker and got it out of potting range, because he's got another chance. Oh, come on. It's that
Not an
sinking
easy
feeling,
one,
I hate it.
half chance.
I don't think he's going to... Well, he is, you know. He's going to miss it. Has the pressure got to Mark Selby? Crazy. Unbelievable. At that pace, the last player you would expect to miss that shot is Mark Selby.
1.
But we're both feeling the pressure here.
He'll play this with plenty of power.
The best way to do this is an offensive attitude.
That he wanted.
Not an ideal split, is it? To be honest. And, yeah, it's really not. That's a kick in the teeth.
Neil Robertson, 8.
I hope there's not enough room there. I think there is, you know. I think there is enough room to play for that red into the middle. There is, for goodness sake.
1.
We're both just crumbling, and I hope Mark Selby does crumble here.
8.
Just giving him another chance, and yeah. None of us can seem to pot 2 balls in a row. Not one of us. But that's a good safety. Don't hit the yellow. Don't hit the yellow. Got away with that though, because there's 2 reds that block one another. This is just going to be one of them frames. It's going to be one of those that Much like the first, he's very scrappy, and he's gone for that red. He thought there was a gap. There certainly was. He's hit the red, he's hit the green even, full ball. But he's got away with that. He certainly has.
Pace is the key with this shot.
Bring that back up the table. Jeez, I could cry. It's another chance given to Mark here.
No more than
Another one.
here.
And he's potted it that time. You know what? I'm just going to shut up. I'm going to let the snooker gods decide how this goes, because both players
9.
have been a bit rubbish in this frame. But I don't think that Mark Selby needs a second invitation now.
16.
You know, those two reds are nicely set for him to build a decent lead at least. So all we can do is sit back in the seat now. It's heartbreaking if we go out like this.
16.
He's opened them two reds up. But look at that, they're both on the cushion. That's a good pot.
That is.
So he's got 3 reds left. They're a little bit awkward.
23.
And he's not on anything there. Unless he just tightly cuts this red in. But no, we're going to have another chance, folks. We haven't played our last shot, but that could be a good safety. But it's not quite got the legs. Ooh. This simply is just a case of
Attempting to get the white tight on the cushion.
getting that tight. I don't think he's going to play this, but, you know, he might do. Might play one of these. Whether he wants to take the risk or not at this stage. And he's not. Bad shot, Selby. Let's get the red potted.
He's taking this on.
It's there.
Excellent pot.
Now we've got the difficulty of these two reds on the cushion. But this is quite a straight shot, so let's play back. How close this is to the middle pocket worries me, the cue ball. It's got to be delicate, which we have been. Come on, this needs the legs. It hasn't got the legs. I'm just going to play up to the red here.
Neil Robertson, 7.
I think that's a good shot. I'm happy with that. As long as it doesn't get us in a snooker here, we're okay. And that is an inviting shot, that. Made a little bit awkward, I would say, by how straight it is and where the cue ball's going to go. But I don't think this should go in, the cue ball. And the red's there.
1.
Just focus on the pink, shall we?
Well, it goes. Half a chance here.
Pink's there. And we're not on the red at all.
7.
So, again, play up to the red. I know it's a bit of a chicken way out, but again, he's not going to get any sort of chance at an angle you would have thought with that. Just hope he doesn't get a snooker.
That's an excellent shot.
And he
a
does.
challenging snooker.
Come at it this way, I would have thought. Blimey. I'd expected more of a swerve there. This is bloody awkward. We can swerve it from this angle, I thought as much. This shot's got to go right.
Pace is key, and he certainly doesn't want to overhit this.
No, way off. Come on, snooker gods, don't give him a chance. And it has. Oh.
Not the result he was looking for at all.
He's looking to pop this into the right corner.
1.
Is that our last shot?
8.
16 ahead with 27 left.
10.
Oh. Just the brown needed.
So he just needs the brown here.
17.
Blues there, that's it.
22.
Damn it. After pulling it back to a last frame decided, that is heartbreaking.
28.
It was a scrappy frame and, well, Mark SELBY's won it. You win some, you lose some, and, well, I can't say we hadn't fought, but it wasn't our day. It was a tournament we really wanted to target, this Welsh Open, but once again we're out a little bit too early. Out in the last 16, and Mark SELBY is the man who wins today. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a real bummer. Oh, I'm gutted at that. Really am. Better player though on the day. We can't deny that. Mark Allen is the 2021 champion. As you can see, we get the high break orb, which is brilliant, of £2,000. And we will earn £8,000 from the tournament. And, you know, that's it. The Championship League 5, Mark Allen wins that. It's 2 in a row. Championship League 6, Mark Williams wins it. But now it is time for the most bizarre tournament of the year. And that is the Snooker Shootout. And that will be episode 100. So, again, a ranking event. So a chance for us to get some prize money on the table. But as you can see, with every tournament that goes by, things start to get a little bit more twitchy for us. There's not many left this season now. The Shootout, Gibraltar, the Players. I mean, we've got to win a fair amount of the next 3 tournaments to get in the top 8 for the Tour Championship. So we might not be able to get there. If we're not there, there's 5 tournaments left in the season. It's quite crazy. But we'll be back for episode 100 on Wednesday with the Shootout. And if you have enjoyed that, even though it was a bad result, I'm gutted about that. But if you have enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Snooker 19 content. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye for now.